Hi guys, my name's Sophia and today I'm doing my September wrap-up. So, I'm filming my September wrap-up on September 30th, which in theory would be great because it's the last day of the month. I've read all the books I'm going to read. However, I postponed pre-filming videos for Booktober, aka me posting every day in October. So I have to film like 7 videos tonight, hence the ring light, because it's like 7:30, the sun's going down, and I need to film because I don't want to not post every day in October because I committed. So here we are. I'm in my Haunted Mansion t-shirt, well, not t-shirt, like long sleeve shirt, and we're gonna film. So if you see the first like 5 days of Booktober in this lighting with this makeup, I'll probably switch shirts at some point just to jazz it up a bit. And I'm sorry, but I procrastinated on my own filming thing. Also, I feel like I look awful. Let's see what happens. Does that look better? Yes, that looks much better. Okay, so we got the spooky candles. Also, I changed my bookshelves. They're in color order, hence why the green and then it goes to blue and then black. Yeah, I changed my bookshelves. Anyways, that's besides the point. That's much better. Now my eyes don't hurt. Okay. I should retake that thumbnail. I'm gonna do that. Alright, books read in September. I'm gonna first start off with the 2 books I read for class. The first one is We Should All Be Feminists. This is a TED Talk that got turned into a novel. So I watched the TED Talk, so I counted it as reading the book because it's the exact same thing. And I read this for my women's studies class, women and gender studies class. And then I also read Beyond the Binary, which is a book from a non-binary person's point of view of the gender binary and how they went through figuring out their identity, and I highly recommend both of them. They're both very nice, quick, super quick reads if you want to learn more about feminism or gender binary. So those are the 2 books I read for school. They're both like 50 pages. Now moving on to the fiction books I read this month. So the first book I have in my stack, this isn't in reading order because I don't know why, I'm lazy. So that's why. So the first book I have is Restless Slumber by KJ. This is the second book in the Fortuna Sworn series, and it is an adult, new adult fae series that I am loving. I believe I gave this book 4.5 stars. It is just so good. I love Fortuna. I love all the like fairy nonsense, the guys, oof, it's just so good, and I'm loving the plot line and where it's headed, and I can't wait for book 3 to come out in December. Yes. So I suck at book summaries, I'm just wanting y'all know. Because, hi, my name's Sophia and I suck at giving summaries of books. Next we have I'll Be Gone in the Dark by Michelle McNamara. This is a non-fiction true crime novel about the Golden State Killer. This is a book that was researched, however I believe Michelle McNamara had died before they found out the identity of the killer. He is arrested, he got the rest of his life in jail. This was a very interesting read. I will say I did not like the way it was formatted because it's non-linear timeline, so you get a bunch of different situations and they're just not in the correct order. I like true crime to be in like the order that it happened in, especially with serial killers. I think it's interesting to see the order that they progressed. So I did give this 3 stars. It was interesting, but yeah, that non-linear timeline just wasn't good. I'm hoping to watch the HBO show. Yeah, there's that. Next, okay. Next we have my favorite book of the month, and that is Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer Trout. This is the second book in the From Blood and Ash series. Oh my god, I gave the first book, From Blood and Ash, 5 out of 5 stars, and I gave the second book 5 out of 5 stars. This book was fantastic. I love this series so much. Poppy is a fantastic main character. All her friends are fantastic. The love, the romance in this is fantastic. It's just so good and I love it so much, and I need book 3. Book 3 doesn't come out till April, which is fine because this book literally came out in September, but like I have to wait all the way till April, and there's only 4 books in this series, so we're halfway through this series already, and I'm just like, oh my god. 5 out of 5 stars. I love this book. Please read this series. It deserves 10 times more hype than it has. Oh my god, I love this series. That's it. That's it. It's, I'm not gonna lie, it's like really hitting like on a glass. Like, I get so scared saying that because I know Sarah J. Maas is controversial. Like, I understand her representation's not that great, but I love her books, and I love the Throne of Glass series, which is like in my top 5 for series, and this is getting into my top 5, and my top 5 usually does not change, and it's scary. I don't like change. The series is so good, I can't not. Anyways, read this series, please. I know it's not some people's cup of tea. This book is slower than the first. I will critique that, but I loved it because we got to like re-meet the characters, so I personally enjoyed it. 5 stars. Moving on. Also, the first time in like 10,000 years that I put lipstick on for a video, and it's just like really aggressive to me, so sorry. Next we have, there's a bookmark in here, that's lovely. I need to put that back in there for quotes. I read Dracula again for class, so this is technically another book I read for class. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. I love Dracula, it's great. It's a classic gothic horror that I just adore, and I love vampires, so there we go. Now time to put that back in so I don't lose my quotes for my essay. Oh my gosh, there's only 2 more books. I did not read a lot this month, which is not great because my October TBR is long, which you will see tomorrow from when I'm filming. From when you see this the next day, you'll see that, even though I'm filming it right after this. Anyways, moving on. I read The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. It was the only Sarah J. Maas book I hadn't read, because I read A Court of Frost and Starlight, which I don't own. That's the only book I don't own yet, but I read it on ebook because I was curious as to why everyone didn't like it. So I decided I was finally gonna read this because I was putting it off because of Sam, and like, if you know Sarah J. Maas, you know that name. I gave it a solid, I think, 4 stars, 3.5, 4. We're gonna go with 4. It was weird to see her main character as Selena, but also I really want to reread the series, the entire one. I can't. I have to at least wait till December, and then like the last week of 2020 I'll reread this series. But it was just, it was good. It wasn't, I had some meh moments and some stories that I didn't really care for, but it was nice. So there's that. But not least, I have Where Dreams Descend by Danielle Angelis, and this book wasn't bad. I think I hyped this book up way too much in my head because I was like, oh, Phantom of the Opera, Moulin Rouge. Don't get me wrong, it has some Phantom of the Opera elements, it has Moulin Rouge elements, it has big circus carnival theme, which I love. However, I think I made it too much Phantom of the Opera centered thing. I don't know. It was, I gave it 4 stars, so it wasn't bad. It just wasn't the amazing book that I've heard it was and that a lot of people were praising it for, so I was a little bit disappointed by it. But it's not like the worst book ever, and I'm still gonna read the sequel. So anyways, 4 out of 5 stars. Not the worst read ever, obviously, but it definitely was a little bit of a personal letdown in the end. Alrighty, that was my September wrap up. I hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed making this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, that was day 1 of Booktober. So thanks guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.